Hey, welcome to Nerd Chapel. Today, we're going to talk about water. And we are also going to talk about the tongue. Why aren't we talking about both? Because they're more connected than you would think. So, 42, Discovering Faith Through Fandom. Day 20. We're on the 20th video. Can you believe it? Almost halfway. The Tongue and Water Crystals by Eric Anderson. Whoever conceals hatred with lying lips and spreads slander is a fool. Proverbs 10:18. Water is impacted by what you say. Strange thought, huh? Water responds to sounds. A Japanese scientist named Dr. Masaru Emoto wanted to find out if this was true. So he started experimenting with it in 1994. He thought that ice might have crystals similar to that of snow. When he froze the water and put it under a microscope, he did indeed find crystals. In fact, they were three-dimensional crystals. After he realized he could do this, he started doing something more with the idea. He got some distilled water and spoke to it. Sometimes he would say nice things like, "I love you, water," or "You are beautiful, water." Then he started insulting it with phrases like, "I hate you, water. You are ugly, water." Somehow, and quite puzzlingly, the water responded. After speaking good things to the water, the crystals were beautiful, symmetrical, and absolutely amazing to look at. Then there were the crystals formed after being insulted. These were ugly and warped. Now, this experiment sounds weird and strange, but you can go to his website at www.masaruemoto.net. I first heard about this from a Hong Kong preacher on God TV, and then we talked about this during my discipleship training in Slovakia. Here's the thing about this. Chemistry.about.com says the human body has anywhere from 50% to 75% of its makeup in water. Yeah, let that sink in a little bit. The molecule that makes up about 70% of your body responds to encouraging words and discouraging words differently. James, the brother of Jesus, wrote about the issue of the tongue. All kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and creatures of the sea are being tamed and have been tamed by man. But no man can tame the tongue. It is a restless evil, full of deadly poison. With the tongue we praise the Lord and Father, and with it we curse men, who have been made in God's likeness. Out of the same mouth come praise and cursing. My brothers, this should not be. James 3, verses 7 to 10. He also compared the tongue to a ship's rudder and the bit in the mouth of a horse. With a small item, you can change the focus or the course of larger entities. Such is true about your words. The way you speak affects you and the people around you. Proverbs have some advice about this. From the fruit of his lips, a man enjoys good things, but the unfaithful have a craving for violence. Proverbs 13:2. He who guards his lips guards his life, but he who speaks rashly will come to ruin. Proverbs 13:3. Now, Dr. Emoto is not a Christian. He was not trying to prove anything about the Bible, but what he observed supports the Bible's warning about the way you speak affects many things, and most of all, it affects the people around you. There are two applications here. Be respectful in how you speak to others. Do not be a jerk. Playful banter can be fun, but know the difference between a little light teasing and hurting someone. Sometimes we think we know the difference, but we are not living like it. Next, be careful how you speak about yourself. You are a creation of God. You are loved and appreciated by Him. Watch what you say about yourself, because it will affect you. Now, our quest of the day today, read Galatians 5:22. How can you allow these principles to guide your speech? Finally, call a friend and put him or her aside and tell him or her about how they have helped you. Encourage them. Okay. So, this August I will be at Gen Con. So if you're at Gen Con, come find me. I'll be hanging out around Nathan Marchand's book table quite a bit. So you can look for me there. I'll be running some games on a few of the days with Fight in the Sky Society, and I'm also running the Christianity and Gaming panel and the Christian Worship Service for the Christian Gamers Guild. So keep a look for me if you're at Gen Con. Also check up on my socials. Look for Nerd Chapel on Facebook, Instagram. We have a Patreon page, so if you like what you're seeing and you want to support me, go check that out. Also, I have a GoFundMe, which you can find on my Facebook page, to help with some traveling expenses this year. This year I have more traveling expenses than normal, partly because I have an event to go to that requires flying as well as hotel. So if you're interested in supporting, please go check that out or message me for more details. I hope you are doing amazing and have a wonderful week.